In interviews, candidates often say things that they think sound good, but actually don't, and come off rather cliche. In today's video, I'm going to give you 5 phrases that are completely cliche and generic that you should avoid saying in your next interview. Let's go. I've been in recruitment for 14 years, and I can tell you there are many times where candidates think they are saying something that's going to help them, but it doesn't come off the way that they think. So I'm going to give you some of the phrases that you could avoid saying them, and I want to tell you why they don't come off as you think they will. Now that first phrase is, I give 110%. First and foremost, mathematically impossible. You can't give more than 100%. 100% is the max. Like 110, that doesn't actually work. You can't actually do that. But hiring managers don't care to hear this. Neither do recruiters. When they hear, I give 110%, it just sounds exaggerative. It doesn't sound possible. It also sounds like the thing that a person would say if they weren't the type of person who gives 100%. It's also really relevant that hiring managers care a lot more about what you accomplish than how hard you work. Sure, they want someone who's going to work hard, but you would be much better off to share with them ways you have made an impact in your previous roles. Talk about the things you have done and quantify your impact financially so that they can imagine the type of impact you'd be able to make in their department. So the first thing I want you to avoid saying is saying anything like I give 110% or 120% or some other number that is larger than 100%. And I wouldn't even say I give 100%. The next cliche, overdone thing I want you to avoid in your next interview is I am a good communicator. I am a good communicator sounds like a sentence a good communicator wouldn't need to say. Instead, they would express it throughout the course of the interview with good communication skills and good communication ability. So that is not something that you want to share in your interview. Look, you can say things like, one of my strengths is communicating with people cross-functionally, right? That sounds better. But just saying, I am a good communicator, it just comes off as something that someone would say when they don't have any other ways to sell themselves and their abilities. So skip that. By the way, if you're finding value in this video, do me a favor, hit that like button. It is free and it tells YouTube that I don't suck, which I really appreciate. And if you're already willing to do that, hit that subscribe button. The next thing I want you to avoid saying is I perform best under pressure. You know what's better than performing best under pressure? Always performing your best. Look, that sentence is one of those things that people think sounds good. But when you dig in, and when you think about it a little bit more, it doesn't hold a lot of value. Why does it need to be under pressure? Can't you just perform your best work all the time? What about on a regular day? It also makes it sound like you might be a procrastinator. The people who work best under pressure, who I've known like my entire life, are those people who wait until the last second to do something. Then all of a sudden they're like, I feel so much pressure. I better get to work. But what's more effective and better than that is just being a good performer all the time. Being a perfectionist is my weak point. The question, what is your greatest weakness? When people say, I'm a perfectionist, I almost can't think of a worst interview response to like an interview question like ever. That is literally one of the most common things that people say in an interview that just comes off as fake. It comes off as I'm going to give a strength as my weakness, which people can see through. So this is one of those phrases where if you've said it previously, that's okay. We forgive you, forgive and forget, but let's move on and never say it again. I don't gossip at work. This is one of those sentences where just saying it admits that you probably do. You know who wouldn't need to say, I don't gossip at work? A person who doesn't gossip at work. That would be like saying, I never set the building on fire that I work in. Well, yeah, I would hope not. I wasn't even thinking about that until you said that sentence. This sentence is acknowledging something that you just don't ever really want to bring up in the interview process at all. It doesn't benefit you. A person who doesn't gossip wouldn't feel the need to say this sentence. And that's really what it comes down to. Now, if you could avoid saying these things, you are probably going to get your next job. But should you take it? Should you accept the next job offer you were given? I made this video here. And this video is basically, unless you can say these 5 things for sure, you should not accept the new job. So I am done here, but I will see you over there.